With the month of June being designated Pride Month among the delusional far left and LGBTQ types, the demonstrations of gay pride, transgender equality, and general wokeness all begin to appear more frequently than normal, as every major progressive company and diverse website begin to display rainbow flags, pride signs, and made-up symbols designed to represent the various genders they believe exist, all with the theme of having pride in your sexuality, presenting yourself in whatever manner best express your gender, and that love is love no matter who it's between. While if you dare disagree with any of it, it's because you're hateful and seeks to marginalize these poor oppressed people.
But it's not a choice. You hate people and you come out and you treat people like crap because of something that they have no control over because your beliefs are better than everyone else's.
There's just one problem. These people aren't oppressed. No matter how much the progressives shout about oppression or about how much hate LGBTQ people receive, no one is oppressing gays and transgenders. In fact, it would appear to be the other way around. Large sections of society appear to be lifting them up, placing them on pedestals to display how stunning and brave they are for having the courage to step out in this oppressive cisgender patriarchal society, from basically all of Hollywood to numerous woke corporations, such as Budweiser tweeting out its support with countless colored cans, to 45 other companies supporting Pride Month. LGBTQ people aren't anywhere close to being oppressed. However, through media propaganda and far-left narratives, they've been led to believe they are, for simply having people disagree with their lifestyles.
We can and must do better. For the oppression of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and two-spirit communities, we apologize.
The truth is, when the media can unironically write an article about dodgeball being a tool of oppression, they clearly have no idea what oppression is. No one in America is being oppressed. In the face of all the problems we may have in the country, we are still the greatest nation in the world when it comes to freedom and liberty. Real oppression is being rounded up and murdered for simply being Christian, as in the Middle East, or being hauled off to re-education camps, as in China, or in regards to the LGBTQ community, being hunted down and killed by ISIS or other Muslim extremists in Islamic-controlled countries. That is oppression. Being told things you don't like on Twitter or being joked about on YouTube is not oppression, no matter how much Carlos Maza may cry about it. What the people of this country are is privileged, some more so than others certainly, depending on the circumstances. Privileged nonetheless. I would say the LGBTQ community enjoys a great deal of privilege. The issue is that despite all the privilege they may have, that is not what they take pride in. The LGBTQ community and those that support them, whether they realize it or not, take pride in their perceived oppression. Behind all their multicolored flags and multicolored genders is the celebration of victimhood. A growing part of our society, particularly those who subscribe to the far-left progressive mindset, see themselves as victims in one form or another.
We must stay visible and fight back against the administration that seeks to erase our hard-fought progress and attack us at every turn. GLAAD stands with you all together to resist the forces that try to divide us and to push LGBTQ acceptance forward. The current administration, friends, if you haven't noticed, is trying to erase us from the American fabric.
Usually depending on one's race, gender, sexual orientation, and in some cases religion. Those who view themselves this way use their victim status as justification to strike back at those they declare to be oppressing them. It doesn't matter the severity of the offense. They perceive it to be one. It is thereby their definition an oppressive act. The Pride movement itself is a display of victimhood. The Pride marches, Pride displays, and acts of Pride virtue signaling are not demonstrations of equality or attempts at solidarity with the rest of the population. It is a pushback at the rest of the civilization they believe to be oppressing them. It's a rainbow-colored cry that isn't asking to be tolerated, but demanding to be accepted. It's a multispectral howl that says you will acknowledge our various fabricated genders and sexual orientations, even if they are contradicted by all observable reality. If you happen to disagree with any of their values or lifestyle choices, that will be viewed as a tyrannical act against a victimized people. along with the general notion that it is justified to resist your oppressors. They will use that as rationale to become aggressive, if not outright violent.
I am a woman and trans woman.
Congratulations, so am I.
This is genocide. This is the AIDS crisis all over again. And this is white, cis, feminism.
Shut up. You're so boring.
White, cis,
This is why they will never give up their status as a victim of oppression. It gives them power in an ever-growing society that views victimhood as a currency to be leveraged. If anyone dares try to take that status away from them, or appear to claim they're being victimized as well, they will fight tooth and nail to dispute it.
Concern and confusion at UC Davis over racially charged flyers posted on campus.
It causes a lot of tension and a lot of, defensiveness.
When a man in Boston decided to organize a straight pride parade, he was met with a flood of angry progressive NPCs complaining about the very concept of a pride parade for straight people. According to the event's website, the purpose of the parade is because straight people are an oppressed majority. We will fight for the rights of straights everywhere to express pride in themselves without fear of judgment and hate. The day will come when straights will finally be included as equals among all the other orientations. Whether or not the organizers are serious or being massive trolls as most assume, the fact is still no one in America is oppressed. By appearing to claim status in the oppression Olympics the far left find themselves in, the people behind the straight pride parade have drawn the ire of the progressive left because it upsets the victim narrative they've created. If they accept the straight parade's legitimacy, it would be acknowledging that either we're all oppressed or none of us are oppressed. If they reject it, as it appears most of them have done, it would show that on some level straight people are actually being oppressed and the LGBTQ community are the ones with the privileges.
This is called Hands Off Our Pride, and it is a counter rally to the protest that's happening later to the straight pride parade, and which is not needed.
As the article stated, the organizers had to file a discrimination complaint just to get the event approved. This is the pride that is celebrated by the progressive left and those that support them. Not pride in their sexual orientations or infinite number of imaginary genders. Not pride in loving who they want and showing tolerance for others. It's pride in being a victim. Because being a victim is what gives them attention. It's what gives them power. If it didn't, there would be no Pride Month. There would be no companies like Nike making rainbow shoes. There would be no president lighting up the White House in pride colors. There wouldn't be any of it. They'd have no choice but to realize they're not oppressed. That they have to navigate the world like everyone else. That sadly is full of mean people we all have to deal with. They would have to accept that in the end they're just as boring as the rest of us, and that's not something to take pride in. So in the age of social media where everyone on the far left is competing over victim points, in which there's actually a website to let you find out what your score is, when everyone is vying for that kind of attention.
There's more LGBT people here supporting the rally against this march than there are straight people.
It's better to take pride in your oppression than to be ignored in your freedoms. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. You can find all my videos on BitChute, Library, and YouTube, of course. All my videos are based on my content over on my Minds page, so go check that out. Links to all this will be in the description, of course. Thanks again, and God bless.